Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today, we're going to be going over a farm. More specifically, we're going to be going over a Kuiper shard farm. Now, there's a lot more than just Kuiper to this farm. There is a lot more, so definitely stay tuned. Before we get into it, I do want to go over some things. If you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, it would definitely mean the world for me. As far as commenting, please leave any feedback you have. It would be massively appreciated. It goes unsaid. Now, as far as liking, definitely shows me that you guys want to see more content like this and gives me an idea what to make. And then as far as subscribing, it's hard to earn, but if you click the subscribe button, you'll probably become a lot more knowledgeable in the game with me. And I can answer some questions for you and make the game just a little bit more enjoyable. So I hope that I've earned the subscribe. If not, maybe next time, tune into the next video or prior videos and see if anything I do is useful and you want to continue watching. But let's get into it before I waste too much more time. So first things first, White Knight Gulch, Moongrave Basin. Okay, that's where we're going. Bottom of White Knight Gulch. White Knight Gulch is the top left zone. We're going to Moongrave Basin and we're looking for the mission Water Cooling Recording Device. Now this mission is absolutely insane. I'm going to go over the premise of the mission first real quick, what we're doing to farm, and then I'm going to go over why it is so good and why we are farming it and why it is, in my opinion, the best. So here's the premise. It's probably going to net you right around 400 plus thousand Kuiper shards per hour. But also loot. So what I mean by loot, you've got maybe, I don't even know. I probably couldn't give a number, but the weapons that are dropping and the processor, or excuse me, the sensors, the components, the reactors, the amount of dismantle materials you're going to get is absolutely never ending. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, as far as the mission premise, as you can see with my whole concept here, start the mission, go to A. You are absolutely going to not capture A. The whole premise is that you want them to actually basically stop it from moving up. So as you can see at the top there, A seizure aborted. That is our goal. We are trying to get the A seizure to not go up, and it is not. And by just letting them sit there, you're good. It's not going to go up, which means you have 4 minutes, the mission timer, to farm as much Kuiper and as much loot as possible. The reason, in my opinion, why this farm is so much better, because that is not a limitation. There's limitations in the other ones. Every 30 seconds, you know, with the sterile lands missions, you've got to restart the mission. You've got to walk back. You've got to go and do that. If you have a friend, yeah, sure, maybe not. But this one, you have 4 minutes of raw farming and absolute dense mobs that just never ending spawn for 4 minutes. You can already see all the loot that's on the ground. My loot is full. I wanted to show how much loot will actually drop. That's the reason why you're seeing it on the ground. We're going to go over a couple things real quick as far as the loot. So not only are you getting Kuiper, like I said, this is going to be weapons and stuff, but more importantly, you are getting sensors. As of the week of July 8th, 2024, the sensors are dropping from this mission, which means you can target farm them, guys. I'm going to be making a video on this later, but this is a hint at that. You can target farm your sensors this week. I had a video going over components. Definitely check it out. I have a Google sheet in there that goes over the possible roles for components, and I thought that you could not farm the sensors, but I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. I pinned the comment at the top. You actually are able to farm multiple of the other components, all 4 of them. You just have to wait for the weekly rotation, right? So yeah, you're most likely going to get your best in slot sensor from this mission in probably under 30 minutes of farming it, in my opinion, because you're most likely going to have like anywhere from 10 to 15 every 5 minutes dropping for you. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's another thing to keep in mind. So other than that, it's going to be a quick video. I'm going straight to the point with this one. I'm showing one run and I'm doing the math, and that is it. I don't want to drag this on at all. I really appreciate all the feedback that you guys have been giving me, and I really appreciate all the support I've been getting. I have made a couple videos and I never thought they would have kind of done as well as they're doing. So massively appreciate everyone who's watching, everyone who's listening to me and giving me feedback. As a pretty small new person to this, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I really, really appreciate everything, guys. But that's me kind of going off on a tangent, and I don't want to babble on for too long. I'm working on things on the back end here, working on audio, working on getting things right, so for a more enjoyable viewing experience. But other than that, we've got about 45 seconds left on the farm. As you can see, all the loot that is dropping, and then I will go over the math at the end screen to get a good idea at how much Kuiper we actually are obtaining. Keep in mind, this is going to vary drastically depending on your efficiency. I definitely recommend focusing sometimes, maybe not turning your brain off as much, because you want to focus on these spawns, make sure you're killing them so that they're spawning in the appropriate locations back to back, and just picking up all that Kuiper and making sure that you're not leaving any mobs standing so that they continue to spawn. I'm not the most powerful as well, so obviously you can be much more powerful than this and kill them instantly. I'm taking sometimes, 1 to 2 hits to kill them with my E ability or my V ability. So keep that in mind. We got 4 seconds here. We're gonna go over the maths real fast, and then I gotta kill this patrol that spawns right here, I believe. Nope, they didn't spawn. Okay, so let's go over the math real quick, guys. As far as the mission results, let's take a look. Okay, so I believe it's gonna be around 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We obtained right around 15,000 Kuiper. So 15,000 Kuiper in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. What we're going to be doing to find out how many are in an hour is take 60, which is 60 minutes, divided by 4.5 minutes. And that is what we're going to multiply the 15 by. So take that times 15, and that is 200. So alone in raw Kuiper, you are going to be getting 200,000 Kuiper per hour in raw Kuiper. That is insane. Now, the other half of this is, and honestly the main point, because of all the mods that are dropping, all the loot that's dropping, is going to be the mods. So as you can see there, we had about 4 blues, or sorry, excuse me, we had about 5 blues and 3 to 4 purples. I'm going to head to Albion to show you how much each of those are worth real fast, so you can get an idea at why this is upwards of 400k. So give me just a sec here, and I will do that math for you at the module guy. And we will get the official figure here real fast. Okay, so let's take a look. So dismantle modules. We're gonna do some math real quick. I could have just paid attention a bit more, but we're gonna do normal quantity. So these give you 300. We had about 5 to 6. So we're going to do 6 times 300. It's 1800. Okay. And then the purple ones are going to give you 1200. We had 4 to 5 of those purple ones. So we're going to do 4. Let's just do 4. Let's do the lower one. I'm going to underestimate it. And now we've got 4800 plus 1800. So 4800 plus 1800. Equals, and now we're going to times that by 13.3, repeating of course, and that is going to get us another 87,978 Kuiper. Now obviously my figures are closer to 300k, but like I said, it varies relatively. I would highly recommend focusing on the spawns, making sure that you kill all the enemies and you're also picking up all the mods. Keep in mind, I am underestimating the farm there with my numbers, so you can absolutely get quite a substantial amount more. I just see nobody talking about this spot, and because you're able to farm sensors with it, I think it's absolutely slept on. So definitely take a look at this spot, guys. And that has pretty much been the video. If you stayed this long, massively appreciate it. Don't forget the Google Sheet will be linked in the description with my possible roles on the components. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy the grind and have a good rest of your day. I'm out of here. Goodbye.